Shalom. It's your brother Darashima. I'm back with another lesson. This is going to be the next installment of Psalms chapter 18. Before I get started, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone for bringing out this truth. And shalom to the hopeful elect, which includes 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there scattered around the world, including those speckled bird Israelites who may look like the other nations but are not. Shalom. This one goes out to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. So we left off at verse 27. And it says, "For thou wilt save the afflicted people, but will bring down high looks." And who are those afflicted people? The Israelites, okay? If you think about the prophet Jeremiah, he was just like, is Israel a homeborn slave? All right? Because our people have just been in captivity after captivity after captivity. If you go look at that statue in Daniel, all of those kingdoms that Daniel talked about, the Israelites were in captivity in those. And if you look in the book of Judges, they just kept going into captivity. And still to this day, we're in captivity right now. All right, so we are an afflicted people, okay? So we can look at that word afflicted. Afflicted, there you go. And it says poor, afflicted, humble, wretched, okay? Although the margin constantly disputes this, making subject, depressed in mind, circumstance, afflicted, humble, lowly, needy, poor, okay? Because these curses that we under, man, they got us on the ropes. That's why we need Yahweh Shai to come back and save us. It says Isaiah 42 in verse 22, and it says, "But this is a people robbed and spoiled." Now, if that's not afflicted, I don't know what is. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none deliver it, for a spoil, and none saith restore. All right, that's our people. Look at the jailhouses. It's full of our people, man. All right? Look at what's happening to the northern kingdom, getting got by these Edomites, okay? They don't even know that these Edomites are their enemy. Well, they figuring it out now, but it still ain't really clicked, on that level that it's clicked it hasn't clicked on the same level that it's clicked to the elect, okay? They're just thinking carnally. They're not thinking spiritually, okay? Understanding who Esau truly is. All right? So let's go to Job. Uh, 36, and let's go down to verse 15. And it says, "He delivereth the poor in his affliction, and openeth his ears in oppression." Okay? So, he is going to deliver us. All right? That's what we got to count on. All right? We know that Yahweh Shai is our deliverer, our redeemer that's going to come to Zion and get us, okay? He's going to save us from this. So it says he delivered the poor in his affliction, and he opened their ears in oppression, okay? So here we are in this oppressed state, downtrodden. And guess what he did? He sent the prophets, and the elect's ears were open so that they could hear, so that they could see, okay? He opened their ears that they could hear and their eyes that they could see, okay? That's what the gospel did, okay? That's what the gospel did to us. Let me see, what is that? Isaiah, is it Isaiah 60? Isaiah 61. "The spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is upon me," okay? "Because Yahweh had anointed me to preach good tidings to the meek. He has sent me to bind up the broken, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound." Okay, these afflicted people, all right, to the Israelites. That's who this gospel is for. It's right there. It just told you. It's not for these heathens. Okay, Yahweh Shai came and brought the gospel. He gave it to his disciples, and they went out and made other disciples, okay? And here we are doing the same thing today, to proclaim the acceptable year of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, in Israel, in Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a people, before is a place. To give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of Yahweh, that he might be glorified. Did it for us, his people, not these heathens. Okay, let's go to Matthew chapter 5 and verse 3, and it says, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So blessed are the poor. Okay, how are the poor blessed? They're blessed in spirit. Okay, blessed are the poor. Okay, we are the poor, downtrodden, the needy. Okay, all right, and we are spiritually blessed. Our gift is spiritual. Okay, our blessing is spiritual, not carnal like like Esau. Okay, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is for us, this poor, downtrodden, afflicted people, the Israelites. That's why we got the gospel, man. That's what it's all about. Now let's go to Psalms chapter 72 in verse 4. And it says, he shall judge the poor of the people. He shall save the children of the needy and shall break in pieces the oppressor. And that's just what he's coming to do when that time, that day of vengeance comes and Yahushua come down. All right? He's coming to save his people. He's coming to deliver us. And he gonna crush our oppressor. Y'all just got to have faith and believe it, man. It's all throughout the scriptures. It is written. You just got to believe it, man. Now let's go to Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18. And it says, pride goeth before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. Look at DJ Trump, man. That boy proud. Look at how he talking about Iran. But he cannot see that his day is coming. Y'all about Shimon Shai go laugh at that man, okay? He can't see it, all right? These Edomites, they done, man. I'm telling you, all right? Now, let's get back to Psalms chapter 18. Let's go down to verse 28. And it says, for thou wilt light my candle, and, Yahweh, my power, will enlighten my darkness. Okay, so he will enlighten his candle. How does he enlighten his candle? Okay, through his word, through his understanding. Okay, all right. The Heavenly Father, makes moves for his people, for his servants. Okay, that's what he does. All right. So in your time of darkness, in when you afflicted, think of Jacob's trouble during that dark times, he make a way for you. Okay. He ain't put your candle out. No. All right. And it goes into something else I want to talk about too, but let me get this precept first in Psalms 119. Y'all should know where I'm going. Psalms 119 and 105. And it says, thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. All right, so we got to have this word, okay? Keep that candle burning, okay? That word is going to guide us through all of this darkness that's going to come, all right? Specifically in Jacob's trouble, okay? Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, all right? This word, that's what we need. That's the lamp, okay? That's our candle, all right? So if you look at this word lamp, let's see what it goes back to. Near, okay, lamp. Candle, ooh, okay, meaning to listen, a lamp, a light, candle, lamp, light. Let's see if it's the same word in Psalms 119. In Psalms 18. Psalms 18 and 28. Candle, oh, it's the same word, lamp. See? So you could say, for thou wilt light my lamp. Okay, and this word is a lamp unto his feet. Okay, and a light unto our path. All right. For the Lord will enlighten my darkness. And also it's talking about candle or lamp, especially when it came to King David. If we go back to 1 Kings, I want to get this precept just to show us up. 1 Kings 11 and 36. It says, unto his son will I give one tribe, that David my servant may have a light always before me in Jerusalem, the city which I have chosen me to put my name there. Okay, so David was always going to have a descendant. Okay, so he wasn't going to cut off David's line. That's basically, what he was going into. All right, so that's why he gave him a tribe. Let's go to Second Kings 15:4, and it says, no, that's not it. Oh man. Must have wrote my precept down wrong, but I will find it. Let's see, 36. Lucky, I gotta look that back up. I found something that I want, because it went right along with this one. Okay, so it's in Second Kings 50. Oh, it's in First Kings. That's why. 1 Kings 15:4. Nevertheless, for David's sakes did Yahweh power give him a lamp in Jerusalem to set up his son after him to establish Jerusalem. Okay, so continuing on his line. All right. Okay. Speaking of King Solomon, all right, who was ruling after King David. Now let's get back to Psalms 118. In verse 29, and it says, "For by thee have I run through a troop, and by my power have I leaped over a wall." Okay, so these mighty feats that King David did, he attributed to the Heavenly Father. So he had to understand it. It wasn't me. I ain't do it. It was Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai that did it. All right, that's who he got his power. That's who he got his strength from. Okay, so that's what we have to understand. Okay, so this dark time is coming upon the world. We got to understand that we make it through Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, not through anything within ourselves. All right, so that's important to understand and to believe. Let's go Psalms 121:1, and it says, "I lift up mine eyes unto the hills from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth." Okay, that's the best help to have. All right, so that's what we have to look to for our help. All right, and back to Psalms 118 and verse 2 says, "Yahweh is my rock and my fortress, my deliverer, my power, my strength, in whom I will trust, my buckler," which is going in the shield, "and the horn of my salvation, and my high tower." So Yahweh is everything to the Israelite, to the elect of Israel. He is everything that we need, want, and could ever hope for. Okay? That's how important Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is. And even more than that, even more than we can imagine. Okay? Our minds can't even think of it. But Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is crucial to the Israelite. So we got to keep him first. All right? Let's go to verse 30, and it says, "As for power, his way is perfect. The word of Yahweh is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust in him." Okay? So, his way is perfect. What is his way? His way is these law, statutes, and commandments that he gave to us. Okay? The word of Yahweh is tried. Okay? So this is the way. All right? It's a proven way to live, okay? He is a buckler, a shield for all those who trust him. So you have to trust him. You have to have faith in him, that hope in him, all right? You can't just go around not trusting him and expect everything to work out. All right, and let's go to Psalms 119 and say 160, and it says, "Thy word is true from the beginning, and every one of thy righteous judgments endureth forever." All right, his word is true, and it's also perfect, and we're going to get that. Okay, so we got to believe it and have faith in what he says in his word. But let's go to John 17, verse 17. It says, "Sanctify them through thy word. Thy word is truth." Okay, so you have to really believe that this word is the truth, because it is the truth. All right, until you put your faith in it. Yahweh is not a man that he could lie. All right, now back to Psalms. This is Psalms 119, just 19 and 7. And it says, the law of Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of Yahweh is sure, making wise the simple. Okay? So this law is perfect. There's nothing wrong with the law. It's only something wrong with us. All right? We are the ones who need that second covenant so that we could be, sin free. All right? And actually keep the law. All right? All right? So the law converts the soul. So getting into these scriptures, learning them, it changes you, man. Okay? Especially if you're of the elect. Okay, the testimony of Yahweh is sure, making making wise the simple. Okay? All right? Because we was simple, didn't understand how the world worked, none of that, none of this stuff that was going on. Esau had this veil over our eyes, we was blind, and then boom, you come into this wise counsel, and then you like, oh, I see. All right, that's what the words of Yahweh Hashem Shai can do for you. But for some people, it mess them up. But for the elect, man, get you right for the hopeful elect. This is Psalms 18 and 31. For who is power save Yahweh? Or who is a rock save our power? Okay, so we know that the gods of the nations are idols. Okay, so there's nobody else. That's our power except for Yahweh. Okay, there's no power with him. All right, it's just him. All right, I'm not saying that you don't have a son and stuff like that, but I'm just saying he is the supreme being, Yahweh. Okay, or who is a rock save our power? So who else could do what he do? Who else could be a defense unto us like him? Nobody. All right, that's where you want to run to, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. This is Psalms 89 and 18, and it says, for Yahweh is our defense, the Holy One of Israel is our King. We got the best. We got the supreme ruler on our side, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and you got to understand that and let that sink into you, okay, before this day of darkness come. All right? Get that in your soul, man. Understand it. Believe it. This is Psalms 115 and 11, and it says, ye that fear Yahweh, trust in Yahweh. He is our help and their shield, okay? So trust him, man. You got to have faith in him that he go do what he say. Remember, he's not a man that he can lie, all right? So he's our help. He going to help us, okay? Fear not, Jacob, thou worm. Fear not thy worm, Jacob, or thou worm, Jacob. I shall help thee. He got us. Just got to believe it, man. Telling you. Just wait and see. Everybody else ain't going to know what to do. But watch. The elect, they going to have it. This is Psalms 119 and 114. Thou art my hiding place and my shield. I hope in thy word. All right, so this word is a comfort unto us, okay? So Yahweh is our hiding place. He's the one that's going to shield us from this storm that's coming, all right? That's who we have to trust in and put our faith in. So I hope this little short lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rekakodas. Shalom, Nasrallah.